I live, I laugh, I love, I'm Meghan. A child spends an average of 9 hours in school every day of the week, getting up before dawn during the dark months, standing in the cold, getting on a bus, and sitting through materials that have been deemed necessary to be a successful student. To what end? All this importance of education with a pre-approved schooling system merely allows students to be successful. But successful at what? Life is so complex and people set different goals for themselves. Sometimes just accept the ends that they want without much critical reflection at all. There's no common definition for what it means for children to be successful. But there are libraries full of books by philosophers reflecting on what the purpose of life is and what it means to be successful and fulfilled adults. If childhood is defined by schooling, and if schooling is defined by the ability to become a successful adult, childhood is defined by the ability to become a fulfilled adult. Students are so busy learning arithmetic and history, they do not have the time they need to get to know themselves, their strengths, their weaknesses, their rocks. How can we expect them to be successful, dealing with the rest of the world? As a famous philosopher, Aristotle, once said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." In order to be the most valuable person to the world around us, we have to first know who we are and what we value. An important value I have reflects my philosophy on life. Stated in the book Siddhartha, when you throw a rock into the water, it will speed on the fastest course to the bottom of the water. I don't believe in rock bottom because things could always be worse. In Linda Ellis's work, The Dash, she said, "If we could just slow down enough to consider what's true and real and always try to understand the way other people feel, and be less quick to anger and show appreciation more, and love the people in our lives like we've never loved before. If we treat each other with respect and more often wear a smile, remembering that this special dash might only last a little while." Life is a miracle in itself, so I try to focus on how wonderful it is to be alive, rather than becoming a slave to the negativity of my rock. I will not allow my rock to prevent me from celebrating my life. In Langston Hughes' poem, he said, "So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you set down on the steps, 'cause you find it's kinda hard. Don't you fall now, for I'm still going, honey. I'm still climbing, and life for me ain't been no crystal stair." A man said to the universe, "Sir, I exist." Although Stephen Crane's poem immediately turns gloomy, something about this first line caught my attention. I felt a sense of excitement and utter delight from the tone of the author, who was simply content with just being alive. I was content without reading on to the negative side. Life has taught me to be content with my rock.